What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Wednesday, May 18th, Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section who your favorite plays are, and then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo. That way, you can get yourself $25 on your first deposit. And we're rounding out the bottom of my top 10. Klay Thompson, those are the words that I should say. Maxi Kleber, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jalen Brunson on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? Time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm going to Jordan Poole. He's 11,500, projected for a little over 30, ends up in the optimal lineup 42% of the time, primarily pro and utility, but we'll get to that. Got him in for 31 minutes. We could see his role change a little bit in this series. I think he's actually live to play a little bit more, honestly. 25% usage, 19 points, 4 assists, almost 4 rebounds, and a stock. You're not getting him in the MVP spot all that much, and that will make a lot of sense when we get to number 1. Little bit of a opportunity to get there at star, just 8%, but 14% at pro, 16% at utility. Most of your exposure to Jordan Poole is going to go in the pro spot and the utility spot. Next up at number 4, from a value perspective, we're going Reggie Bullock, 9,500, projected for 23. He is also in the optimal lineup 42% of the time. And you know what you're getting out of Reggie Bullock. A lot of playing time and not much else. 40 minutes, 12% usage. 10 points and 6 boards, and then, maybe you get an assist, maybe you get a steal. 5% likelihood at the MVP. Don't hold your breath on that one. 9% at the star, 8% at pro, 20% at utility. That's going to be the one that makes the most sense to me. You're not going to get them a lot, but Reggie Bullock's going to be your guy if you need to save some salary for sure, especially if you want to go to a mild Dallas stack, but 20% at utility, almost half of his odds are in the utility spot. That makes a lot of sense to me. In at number 3, we've got Andrew Wiggins. He's 11K, projected for about 32. He's in the optimal lineup 48% of the time. I think they're going to be leaning on Wiggins a little bit more than they did in the previous series. I just think he's going to get a steady diet of Luka Doncic. His sort of body type matches up perfectly here. So 36 minutes now for Wiggins, 20% usage, 16.5 points, 7 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a block. 10% at the MVP, 8% at the star, 12% at the pro, and 18% at utility. So you can kind of go across the board for Andrew Wiggins. I don't think that would be all that crazy, but MVP and star just feels a little high. You don't really want to see an Andrew Wiggins game today. So keep him in pro, keep him in utility. If you're playing 150, you could take a couple extra shots. At number 2, I'm looking at Dorian Finney-Smith. He's 10K, projected for 26, and he's in the optimal lineup 52% of the time. And the first coin flip guy, 38 minutes here for DFS, 14% usage, 12.6 boards, 2 assists, and a stock and a half. Again, another heavy option in the utility spot. You're going to understand why in a second. 4% odds at the MVP, 8 at star, 9 at pro, and 30 at utility. You'll see, like, with Steph at the number 8 spot, or even Klay at 10, he's going to have a higher likelihood of being in that star section, but because of their prices, it's not as easy to get them in the utility because our number 1 guy is just soaking up a lot. Now, before we get to the obvious number 1 contender, one last reminder, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are. Then go sign up at No House Advantage using the promo code Awesemo. Your number 1 contender for today at a crisp 90% optimal is Luka Doncic. He's 16,500, projected for 58.5. He's in the optimal lineup 90% of the time. FanDuel is just different in this scenario because there's no salary multiplier. Luka Doncic would have to be not one of the best, basically 3 scorers, and even slightly higher than that, maybe more like 3.5 to 4. You just got to play him today unless you're trying to assume that he gets injured. 40% usage, 31 points, 11 boards, 8.5 assists. Like, no one has this stat line today. This is just impossible on FanDuel to do anything else. 40% likelihood at MVP, 28% at star, 15% at pro, and just an absolute wild card of a day if he ends up in the utility spot. I'd be very, very surprised to see that happening, but you never know. You never know. Otherwise, the point of the matter is this. The most likely overall high scorer on this slate is Luka Doncic. It's not close. He's the raw points scorer by like 15 on a day like today. Even if it doesn't work all the way, you get an outlier Steph day or an outlier Clay day, Luka is likely going to be the second highest scorer just by default. So don't overthink this one at all, guys. On FanDuel today, you've got to play Luka Doncic. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Wednesday, May 18th. DraftKings version of this video is around here somewhere. Check it out. So good luck to you, everybody. Win some money. Back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.